Mufti Ismail Basa joining us once again this evening to answer our questions. Mufti Saab, our question coming through is regarding pension funds. What is the ruling on paying zakat on pension funds?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmadu wa nasalli ala Rasulil Karim amma ba'd. Generally speaking, there are two types of pension funds: compulsory pension funds and voluntary pension funds. In the case of compulsory pension funds, where the employer imposes upon the employee to subscribe to a pension fund or a pension scheme, the employee does not have to pay any zakat on the pension fund. Why? Because it was imposed upon him and because he has no control and access over it. Yes, when it matures and when it is paid out to the beneficiaries nominated, they will have to pay the zakat due on it. Now, in the case of voluntary pension funds where the employer did not impose upon the employee to subscribe to it, the employee must pay zakat on a yearly basis on his zakat date accordingly, and that whole amount will be zakatable. If he doesn't have the funds immediately to pay for it, then he has to keep a yearly record of the value or the amounts in that pension fund, and then when it matures and then when it's paid out, he will have to pay zakat for all the previous years he did not pay on the pension fund. So in summary, there is no zakat payable on compulsory funds that are in a pension fund until it is paid out to its beneficiaries, whereas in the case of voluntary pension funds, the whole amount or value is payable in zakat.
Jazakallah khair for that, Mufti Saab. Another question coming through asks, does taking sublingual medication break the fast?
In the case of taking sublingual medication whilst fasting, it is permitted for a person to take sublingual medication whilst fasting due to a genuine need, for example, a medical need. A person places a tablet under the tongue or on the top of the tongue or on the side of the mouth for the mouth to absorb the medication. If this happens and no particles of the medication is swallowed through the saliva or the actual particles are not swallowed, the fast remains intact, the fast remains valid. However, if whilst taking it, saliva is swallowed that has particles of medication in it or the actual medication is swallowed, the fast would break and a qaza of the fast would be necessary. This should only be entertained when there is a genuine need. And in doing so, one must ensure that no particles of medication go down the throat. Otherwise, if a person is not particular about it, then particles of the medication would very easily go down the throat and nullify the fast.